We're blessed with an abundance of resources in this hemisphere, and I do think you'll see this country and this hemisphere become a more important part of the global energy system.
Do you see that right now happening with LNG, given how much Qatar has been taken offline?
Certainly the U.S. is in the midst of, it's already the biggest LNG producer in the world, and there are any number of projects that are advancing here along the Gulf Coast. If we can deliver those projects, deliver the supply, avoid some of the things that, again, Secretary Wright mentioned, that an export ban would send a bad signal, because if we want to be a reliable supplier, you don't want to put that question in people's minds. So I think we're blessed with a lot of gas in this country that will underpin not only our economy, but the global economy for decades and decades to come.
Given the things you mentioned, other countries looking at pipelines, finding ways to mitigate being reliant on the Middle East, do you think in the future we could see the Strait of Hormuz being something that's nice to have, not need to have for the global energy landscape?
There's a lot of assumptions you would make to get there. I mean, the Middle East is, the Strait of Hormuz, you can think of it as the central artery in the global energy system right now, and it's been cut off. So almost from a health standpoint, it's like having a heart attack. So finding a way to be healthier, have a system that's not as reliant on that, I think is important. I think you'll see steps taken to achieve that. I still think you'll see ships flowing through there. It'll be an economic way. The routes are, getting oil on ships and to destinations is a very efficient way to do that. And so, but I think you'll see optionality and alternatives that emerge in the system, so there's not as much single point, risk concentrated in the strait.
Has Chevron thought about rethinking the presence that you have in the Middle East because of this?
We have less exposure than some of our large peers. We produce oil in an area called the Partition Zone that is shared by Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, petrochemicals in Saudi and Qatar, natural gas in Israel. But it's 5% of our production. Others in our industry are 20% exposed. So we actually are looking at some opportunities to go into the Middle East. The risks are very clear, and there's some risks that I think people would view differently today. But the terms are also better than they've historically been. The Middle East has been a tough place to get a good return on your investment. And countries there have been willing to engage in negotiations that offer what we view as a fairer balance of returns for investors. And so we've made some deals there over the last year or two and are in discussions with others. And so we may actually, over time, have a little more Middle East exposure in our portfolio.